All right, hey everybody, what's up? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. This is another video of the Work in Public series I'm doing, and I'm currently going through a launch of one of my courses right now, so I didn't have time to do another one of these videos yesterday. But I'm going to try and squeeze one in here before I do. I got a group Zoom call in about 30 minutes or so, so I'm going to try and give you a little slice of what I'm doing today. I might not do the full, like a full video with the whole process, but I'll show you kind of my process here. What I'm going to be doing here is fleshing out the content of the email funnel that will ultimately sell the welcome offer, which is the pricing playbook for client-based business owners and freelancers. And so I'm going to walk through that process in ConvertKit and with a resource that I'm using that I recommend you check out as well to help with writing and writing prompts. So with that, let's jump in. All right, so I'm going to switch my screen really quick here. All right, make sure you can see it. I think we're good. Make sure you can just see this tab. Cool. All right, so here it is. Basically, in my welcome offer checklist here, what I was doing is writing the email sequence. This was what I wanted to work on here. I estimated about an hour, but it definitely was more time. So I'm going to say about 2 hours total of time spent on it. I spent a little bit of time off screen to kind of plan things out so there wasn't too much downtime in the video. I don't want these to be terribly boring videos, but I want you to see the reality of the product creation process as well, which is not very glamorous. Okay, so here is the welcome offer funnel, I guess you'd call it. Email sequence, automation. So basically once somebody is tagged with enrolling in the pricing playbook welcome offer. So that's basically you're on a blog post and you download the lead magnet, which is going to be my pricing calculator. Then you're going to get tagged with enroll in pricing playbook welcome offer. So that tells me, okay, I know that this person is interested in pricing. So send them relevant emails. And then the next email you're going to be added to the pricing playbook welcome offer sequence. And that's, excuse me, what I'm writing right now. Okay, so here's the structure. I just have the subject lines I need to rewrite because it's just kind of prompts right now. So we're going to start with delivering the lead magnet. The next day, introducing myself, solve the problem, bonus resource. And then this is going to be introducing the product. Yep, this is introducing the product. So I'm going to rewrite, introduce the welcome, the offer, and then a case study of the offer, and then a last call for the offer to get it at a discount or some other incentive. So basically what I'm doing here, deliver the lead magnet. It's pretty straightforward. It just says like, thanks for signing up for a copy of my pricing calculator for freelancers and service providers. After you play with the numbers a bit, you'll be able to establish your new base rate, discover how much money you really need to be, or how much you actually need to charge. I might have to reword these a little bit. After you play with the numbers a bit, you'll be able to establish your new base rate and discover how much you actually need to charge your clients in order to be profitable. So that, and then benefit, you can stop undercharging and begin. This is a bit wordy. After you play with the numbers, I'm going to trim that back. If you play with the numbers, you'll establish your base rate, discover how much you must charge how much you must charge your clients in order to be profitable so that you can stop undercharging and generate a healthy income as a freelancer. I think it's all right. Could use some work, but I think it's decent. That means you'll be able to finally stop. Oh, okay. So I'm going off of a bit of writing prompts here, and the writing prompts I'm getting, just so you know, from dripscripts.growthtools.com. Go check it out. I really enjoy this tool, dripscripts.io. And it gives you like some templates that you can use. Now, I would highly recommend that you don't verbatim copy these, because then you're going to sound like every other marketer out there. They get lots of different examples, but use it with any template or swipe file that you ever come across. Make sure that you're not just copying it verbatim, because one, you're going to come across really inauthentic. Your voice isn't going to come through, and no one will trust you. But specifically use it as writing prompts, and then see it as a structure, and then understand that there's a flow, and then break it and write it kind of with those constraints in mind. But don't use it as, okay, write this and then say those 3 things. That's what I highly recommend. So I'm hesitant to share this with you because I don't want to create more people who just copy and paste stuff. But the reality is people who copy and paste stuff and don't come up with some original version of their sales writing or their copywriting will just be forgotten anyway. So I guess do what you will. But if I'm trying to be a good guy here, I want you to use these sorts of tools carefully, and to remember that copying and pasting is not going to get you a successful business or sell your product successfully. Rather, using a structure that works in the context of selling something, and then injecting it entirely and coloring it entirely with your style, your voice, your personality, your products, your services. So I'm using these loosely as writing prompts. And it's more so for me to know, okay, what is a good structure, so I'm not going on a rabbit hole tangent, so that I can focus on going, okay, this is a case study email, write a case study email. Okay, this is a last call email, rather than just, anyway, I don't want to go on a tangent speaking as well. Okay. So the first one is delivering the lead magnet. Essentially, all you're doing here is just saying, here's your lead magnet. Thank you for signing up. It's just, but then establishing a small connection. Thanks for signing up I'm going to rewrite this, for my pricing calculator. I'm going to say downloading my pricing calculator, freelancers, service providers. After you play with the numbers, you'll establish your base rate. Discover how much you must charge, how much you need to charge your clients in order to be profitable. So you can stop, and actually, this is what I'll do here. That means you'll finally be able to stop undercharging your services, move away from hourly billing, and generate a profitable and build a. That means you'll finally be able to stop undercharging your services, move away from hourly billing, and build a profitable. No, I already said profitable. That means you'll finally be able to stop undercharging your services, move away from hourly billing, and build a sustainable freelance business. That's good enough. If you weren't already excited, I trust you are now. I hope you are now. I might not even keep that. Sound good? I like that. Here's your link to access it. So I need to create a link here. So I'll have to get that link. I have that link somewhere. Let me grab it. All right, here it is. I updated the design a little bit. I frequently update this, the numbers, the formulas, and then also the style. And then I also add new calculators. So I recently added the day rate calculator in there as well. So lots of cool stuff. So I got the link. Here's your link to access it. I'm going to put that link right in there. Okay. If you have any questions about it, just reply to this email and I'll be happy to help. You also get some more of my best tips for pricing your services. Best tips for pricing your services over the next few days. So keep an eye on your inbox. XO, Brad Hussey. Good enough. Okay, so that's good. And then introduce myself. So basically what I'm going to do here, I'm using some writing prompts. It's going to say, hey, hey there, or hey, Brad, or whatever. In yesterday's email, I sent you my pricing calculator, but I didn't properly introduce myself. I won't ramble on about my story, so I'll give you 3 fun facts, 3 fun Brad Hussey facts. So something fun about me. Fun facts about me. This is the fun part, thinking how you're a fun person. Okay, fun fact. I'm father of 2, soon to be 3. I'm a family guy through and through. Have husband. I'm a husband, father of 2, soon to be 3. And I've built my business to serve my family, not the other way around. Fun fact 2, I have I'm trained in musical theater and tap dancing. That's probably good enough. And since I've experienced the rough path of freelancing firsthand, I wrote this prior to, by the way, and have since found a way to make a generous living doing work I love, I'm dedicated to helping freelancers like you get paid what they're worth, stop charging hourly rates, and create a constant demand for their services. I want your business to be centered around your ideal lifestyle where clients chase you down, not the other way around. So every email you receive from me is specifically designed, specifically written to help you do exactly that. The bottom line, I'm here to help you meet your goals. With that in mind, reply to this email and let me know what's the hardest part for you about dealing with new clients. Yeah. Send, hit reply, and I'll personally respond with some tips or resources that can help you out. Hopefully that can get a relationship started on the right foot. Oh, and keep an eye on your inbox tomorrow. Whether you reply or not, I'm going to send you my best strategy for solving the most popular answer to that question. Thanks again for signing up, Brad. So yeah, so then that's just an introduction, because you don't want to ramble on of your story when you're delivering the lead magnet. Give them a day, introduce yourself, and then the next day I'm solving the problem by talking about basically the most common issue is, let's see here. The most common issue I'm solving here is basically freelancers just kind of take anything and everything. They say yes to everything. They charge hourly. Like the whole structure, the foundation of freelancing for most people is just totally on sand. And, you know, I could probably whip out a Bible verse here and then, you know, I'll be able to drive this point home, but I can't remember it. Okay. But you're just building your foundation on sand, and that can just wash away easily. So most freelancers don't see themselves as valuable solutions. They literally just are hired guns, and they're just like lone wolf. I call them rogue employees. So remember that term, rogue employees. So there's employees who have the security and the safety, so-called, of an employer who has them kind of in their fortress, and they pay them. And they say, you do this work and I will give you your wage. And so they have the protection of that employer's kind of castle. Rogue employees, so freelancers, rogue employees are essentially people who just like leave that because they go, I don't want this. I'm better than this. I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss. So they have all the desires of the entrepreneurial mind, which is to work for themselves, to create a lifestyle, a business that supports their lifestyle and all of the stuff. So then they leave that castle, the castle grounds, but then they just hang out outside the castle walls and just like wave their flags around saying, I'm a freelancer. Please give me work. I need another boss. And they're just looking for bosses because they don't see themselves as problem solvers. They're just a lonely excommunicated employee, rogue employee. So they act like employees, they behave like employees, they look for work like employees, but they don't have an employer. So how does that make you look? It just makes you look really pathetic. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as you can see how it looks. An employee says, yeah, I work for this company. We do this and I got a great position. It's great. I'm grateful for it. I do good work. It's honest work, but I appreciate it. Cool. It's respectful. The rogue employee is, I'm a freelancer. I work for myself. It's a little tough right now. But if you got work, I could do anything. I'll work for cheap. I'll work for free. I'll work for pizza. I mean, come on. Who's going to hire that? Nobody. Or bad clients who go, hey, look at this chump. Let's see how much we can squeeze out of this guy. Right? So that's the mentality of most freelancers. So as soon as you move away from that and realize that's not how you're going to win in this game, you have to be a business owner and establish your own fortress built on rock and establish the mentality of not a hired gun, not looking for more bosses, not looking for gigs and chasing down clients. You don't chase people down. You want them to come to you and you let them in based on if they're the right fit, and you charge accordingly because you solve actual problems. So that's the problem with freelancing, is freelancers are just rogue employees who aren't doing anyone any favors, especially themselves. So it's about shifting that mentality, and part of that mentality is your pricing. So what you charge for your services, it reflects. If you're just telling me your cheap hourly rate and you're willing to budge on that and you negotiate on your price all the time and you sell your hours and you sell your skills and you sell your talents and your tools, I can tell where you are in that camp. Neither here nor there. So that's kind of the problem. And so I'm going to be talking about that here, about how I used to do that. And then when you shift, it's like a whole new world. So in this email, I'm going to show you 2 steps you can immediately take to avoid this problem once and for all, which is just be happy for whatever comes your way, whatever you can scrape together. So step 1 is stop charging hourly and start with fixed rates. Okay, and I'll walk through it, and then I'll probably use the calculator to help you establish your fixed rate. And then I need to think of another concrete step that you can do right away. So this is kind of a mentality, a mindset shift, but it's also something practical. And then step 2, I want you to, I got to think about it. Those 2 steps seem pretty easy, so I got to think about the steps. With just a small time investment, you can eliminate what these steps eliminate. So I have to write out what these steps eliminate, which is chasing down clients, charging hourly, and looking like a sad rogue employee. So I got to work on this one. This one's a little bit more of a challenge. The next email I'm going to be writing more of is an additional resource, additional bonus, an additional tool to help them with the problem we just talked about, which is, you want to attract quality clients who pay top dollar and screen out the bad clients who penny pinch. So how do you do that? Is you stop wasting time on everyone and you have them self-screen themselves at the door. So if you remember you're building your fortress, when you let them into the castle walls, into the gates, you want kind of like a gatekeeper who says, what are you here for? And how can we help you? And turn away the people who are just not welcome or not a good fit, or they're just in the wrong place. And the people who are a good fit, you welcome them in. You escort them in. And you can do that automatically using software, using automations and workflows. And that's what you should be doing. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's totally free to do this. There's lots of free tools. I use a paid tool just because I use it for lots of things, but I'll show you in this. And you have clients self-select at the door before you even speak to them. Okay, it's like your own personal automated secretary or castle gatekeeper, whatever metaphor you want to use here. It's to save all that time of back and forth and trying to figure things out. You just say, here's how things work here in my castle. Fill this form out and we're going to send you in the right direction. And you can use automation to say, oh, great, thanks for all that information. Here's the direction, which is out the door and into a better, more appropriate direction. Or, I apologize, we're not going to be a good fit, out the door. Or another option is we're going to need more information. Or maybe talking to you is not the right fit, but you have an introductory product, like say, for example, this pricing playbook. If somebody wants to like talk to me on the phone and they're just like really, really beginner and they just have basic hourly pricing questions, but they're not ready to join like more of a premium product or service of mine, then I can automate saying, oh, great. That sounds like you're in your introductory stages of pricing. Check with the pricing playbook. Here's 50% off. And then boom, you got a customer. They're happy because they're in the right stage. You can automate that. Or people who answer your questions and you have triggers and flags that go, this person's perfect. Let them in. I want to talk to them. Get them to the sales page, get them to jump on a phone call, a breakthrough call, a road mapping session, things like that. So that's what I'm going to be creating here. It's an automated form and workflow, and I'll be offering that for free. And with the pricing calculator, I'm immediately raising your rate. And with this screening form, potential clients and customers are going through this email workflow and going, I'm getting so much value from this in a practical way that's not sending them off on a huge tangent, that they go, I wonder what else can this guy give to me? So you're being very generous, but keeping them focused. And then after that, introduce the offer, which is the pricing playbook, case study, and a last call, which are going to be links, case studies for social proof, and a last call for a discount to get like a no-brainer price, which is probably going to be $25, $50, 50% off. So, excuse me, I'm very burpy this morning. That's all for now. I'm going to cut the video there. I got a call very shortly. And that's what I'm going to be writing out. I wrote a little bit here for you, but I showed you kind of the structure that I'm going to be using. I gave you that resource, dripscripts.io, but be very careful about using copy and paste templates. I want you to make sure that you're using them as guidelines, not as like actual verbatim copy and paste, because you'll never stand out that way. And yeah, that's my process here, writing more of the content in the emails. So hopefully that was valuable to you. Hopefully that was interesting, gave you a little bit of insight as to how it works when you are creating a new product and all of the moving parts. Hope you have an awesome day, and we'll catch you next time.